This is the Mistress Carrie Situation Report for March 25th, 2026. Hatebreed have announced the Summer Slaughter Tour, heading out on the road with Devourment, Incantation, Snuffed on Sight, Balmora, and Face Yourself. Tickets go on sale this Friday at 10 a.m. That includes a stop July 5th at the Palladium in Worcester, Massachusetts. And Coheed and Cambria have announced a bunch of headlining shows around their tour with Shinedown, Blackstone Cherry, From Ashes to New, and DJ Rockfeet. The headlining shows feature Kaunashi, Narrowhead, Arm's Length, and Cicadia Rhythm. Tickets go on sale this Friday, including the show in Worcester, Massachusetts at the Palladium on June 13th. The band is opening up the Dance Kid Dance Act 2 tour with Shinedown in Uncasville, Connecticut at the Mohegan Sun Arena on July 17th and in Manchester, New Hampshire on July 20th. Tommy Lee's wife, Brittany Furlan, has been granted a restraining order against Falling in Reverse's lead vocalist, Ronnie Radke, following the ongoing drama that transpired between them over the last year. According to court documents obtained by TMZ, Furlan was granted a civil harassment restraining order by the court on March 17th. The 2-year order requires Radke to stay at least 100 yards away from her home, her workplace, and prohibits him from contacting her directly or indirectly until March 20th of 2028. Ronnie Radke is also not allowed to mention Furlan online or encourage others to contact or harass her. In May of 2025, Furlan revealed that she had been communicating on social media with someone she believed was the Falling in Reverse frontman. The vocalist denied that the conversations she had with him were actually him, implying that she had fallen for a catfish scam. Ronnie Radke filed a restraining order against Furlan in January, but it was denied. Original Deftones bassist Dominic Garcia recently went to see his former band in a hometown gig in Sacramento, California, and was kicked out of the show for, quote, being too aggressive in the pit. The Pixies have announced a new run of U.S. tour dates taking place in September. The 8-date run begins in New York City before the band heads for a stretch of shows in Asia, the UK, and Europe. During a recent interview with Eddie Trunk, Puddle of Mudd frontman Wes Scantlin, who has a long history of legal issues, discussed his struggles with addiction and his path to sobriety, saying, quote, my brother and his friends were 5 years older than me, so when I was about 9, everybody was partying and stuff. Growing up and stuff like that, I just started really early. And so it happened and everything. I've been going to AA since I was like 10 years old, taking my mom and dad to Alcoholics Anonymous. So yeah, I've been going to AA for about 43 years. My parents were sober for like 30 years and then it hit, they were like 70 and they started drinking again. When he was asked about writing the story of his life, he said, quote, me and my brother are going to be working on it. He's doing it right now. He gets up at 4 o'clock in the morning and he just starts writing. He'll call me and I'll tell him about stories that he forgot about all kinds of insane situations. Yesterday, Wes Scantlin was spared jail time for drugs and domestic violence charges. He's been ordered to go to rehab, AA, and to be on probation as the band gets ready to release more new music. Brian Setzer is offering scary new details about his recent health issues ahead of an improbable Stray Cats summer tour, revealing last year that he had been battling a debilitating autoimmune disease and at one point was under the care of doctors at the Mayo Clinic in Minnesota. Frozen in pain, Setzer says he became so addicted to Kratom, an over-the-counter herbal wellness tonic. He says it got to the point where he couldn't accomplish everyday tasks. He said it's frustrating when you sit down and your hands do nothing. You really can't take it for granted. Playing guitar is certainly on top, but so is holding a toothbrush. Saying he later found solace at the Mayo Clinic and a proper diagnosis. Quote, the best way I can describe it is your nerves are like wires, and the wires have sheathing on them. That's what's coating, and it's kind of eroded, so the wires malfunction. Basically, they lock up my hands and feet, and I can't move them. I can't button my pants, let alone play guitar. A series of releases have been announced to mark the 60th anniversary of the Beach Boys' Pet Sounds, including a Zoetrope vinyl edition and a 2-disc compilation of alternative takes, acapellas, and tracking sessions previously unreleased on vinyl. The 60th anniversary set will be made available on May 15th, and it's available for pre-order right now. In a new interview, Seven Dust drummer Morgan Rose admitted that he and his bandmates were discussing the possibility of calling it quits less than 2 years ago, prior to beginning work on the band's upcoming 15th studio album, One. Saying, quote, "We went through this period of time where we weren't touring as much. We were just kind of thinking that we were going to land the plane a little bit and let's slow down and do a farewell thing," which we discussed for sure. Then some other things happened, and we decided, you know what? Instead of parking the car, why don't we put it all the way into drive, like all the way in? Let's tour harder than we've toured and just burn the car out. Let's tackle things we haven't done. So basically, overnight, it was a decision where we went from we're going to retire, no, we're actually going to put the afterburner on now instead. The global nonprofit organization Cancer Support Community has purchased the rights to Jenny's phone number, Tommy Two-Tone's iconic 1981 song, 8675309, Jenny. It's known as one of the most famous phone numbers in music history. Effective this month, anyone whose life has been touched by cancer can call CSC 8675309 to receive immediate support, personalized guidance from trained specialists, and other forms of trusted information. And that's your sit rep. For more details on all of the stories, check the links in the show notes of this episode. And don't forget to like, follow, share, comment, and subscribe to the Mistress Carrie Podcast. New full-length episodes come out every Wednesday. Episode 303, featuring Gary Holt from Exodus, is available now.